What's up, everybody? So in today's video, I want to actually talk to y'all about something that a woman had a question with. She wanted to know if she were to sleep with a guy on a first date, does that really affect her, being in a relationship with a guy? Does it make it seem as if a guy would not talk to her? Me personally, I'm thinking like, if for me, come on, man, I would like for you to still be the same day. So for you not to want to do it, it just kind of drags it out. This is ultimately what I want. A lot of dudes, they want to try it before they buy it. That's the way a lot of folks are, and a lot of men are as well. So the way I'm going to do this video, it goes as follows. First thing I'm going to do is read out her post entirely, and then I'm going to let y'all hear some of the stuff that other folks had to say. So if you like my content, you rock with your boy, make sure you show me some love and hit that subscribe button. So the woman's question says this: men of Reddit, does hooking up with someone on the first date affect how much you like them? Me personally, no. If the woman and I have something good going and there's some chemistry there, maybe it might make the second date a whole lot easier, because ultimately I want that and you will want that as well. But you withholding that and making me wait, and you want the same thing, just makes me more eager not to want to talk to you over time. So instead of playing games, it's easier to give me what I'm looking for and you get what you're looking for as well. She said, I'm 28, I'm a female. I had a date last Monday with a guy that I really like, and we ended up, doing it on the first date. I'm new to the dating scene, as I was in a long-term relationship for about the past 10 years, and I'm now exploring what's out there dating-wise. Yeah, welcome. What they call it, the hookup culture or something. Yeah, the hookup culture. You might find somebody that you like, and then it might be something, but if you really find this dude attractive, you want to sleep with him, go right ahead. Who's stopping you? But you got some dudes out here that's not getting none at all. They might get angry and say, oh yeah, she got a high body count. But look, I'm not asking no questions, and I don't want you to be telling me any of that stuff, because when I find out, that's when I'm gonna start judging you. So until a guy starts asking about how many dudes you're sleeping with, you might want to keep your mouth shut. The next thing the woman said was, I also really miss having good sex. In my last relationship, which lasted over 3 years. I mean, that's anybody who don't want to have some good action in the bedroom. The sex was okay, but never exciting. So in the past few months, I've had sex with a couple of guys early in dating, and in some cases I never heard back from them, or they reached out a couple months later. Yeah, it's gonna be like that. Sometimes we are just trying to get a little itch off and everything, but I tell women up front, I try to make sure that I keep things clear and straight. Like, look, I'm not looking for nothing right now. I'm just looking to have a little fun, and we can go from there. But if you ain't feeling that, then that's cool and everything. But some dudes, they will deceive you. Some dudes are deceptive. But if a dude don't call you back after you giving him some butt, you can't be mad at him, because this is what he ultimately want to try out. Sometimes the booty is so good that you might want to dub back a couple times. You might want to come back 3 or 4 times. You might not want to even leave, because sometimes they're just that good. But me personally, I'm not just checking a girl out for what her ass could do for me. What about her personality? How does she treat me? How does she make me feel and stuff like that? So some dudes, they may be actually checking you out to see what's going on and everything. That's why they come back months later, or they had a good time shooting, they had time to think about it and play around in the field and realize that it ain't that many good women out here. And me, I noticed there's not a good women out here. There's a lot of horrible dudes out here as well. But at the same time, if you can find a decent person, then you might want to hold on to them. She said, does how early you have sex with someone matter? To me, no, it doesn't. Maybe other guys, maybe, but to me, no. I'm really straightforward with men. If I find them exciting or hot, I don't think twice about having sex with them. It's kind of rare for me to like someone, so I don't overthink it when it happens. If you really like someone and have sex right away, does it matter to you? Nope. I would say, reason I keep reiterating this, because the last girl I was actually in a long-term relationship with, me being who I am, I don't got her back to the place the first night, and then, it just had chemistry. We was together for there on out. But, sometimes things fizzle out and it don't work, so years go by, it just ain't what it is. But it shouldn't really affect it. If you really like the dude and he really likes you, then y'all mess around the first date. It's not going to really mess anything up. But you got women that want to go by rule books and shit, and they like, yeah, he got to go for 4 weeks and everything before I let him come in my apartment, or let him, tap it. Like, okay, you try that. Some dudes like myself gonna be dating 4 or 5 different women, so you think you making me wait? That's cool, and you'll be smashing on until you come around. So if you want to play games or you want to get first dibs, it's solely up to you. It says if you really like someone and have sex right away, does it matter to you? Would you still want to go? Would you still want to get to know them better afterward? Yeah, because ultimately the sexual chemistry is important as well. So if I'm dating you and I find out that you ain't gonna fulfill my fantasies in the bedroom, I might just start messing around with somebody else, or I might just stop dating you all because you trash in there as well. I need to have the overall everything. You ain't got to be no super freak or nothing like that, but you ain't about to be in there on some lazy pillow princess crap. You lay there and I do everything and then you do nothing in return. Nah, I need you to return that favor. Get in there and show me what you can do, because if you ain't doing nothing, I'm gonna go find it somewhere else, and I don't want to have to do this, but this will be all on you because you ain't making no effort. So with me saying all that, answering that question, let me go and see what some other people had to say. This person said, don't let social media make you think that you did something wrong if you have sex on the first date. Do it when you want it. Yeah, if you really want to do something, then go do it, man. Don't feel bad because what they say out here on the internet. I find a lot of women get dumped after sex and then make the assumption that they got dumped because of sex. That's not how it works. If I find women really overestimate how many men there are out there looking strictly for casual sex. A lot of dudes, yeah, and I would say a lot of dudes, they ain't out here just trying to get some ass, keep it moving, and just keep checking the box. A lot of dudes, they desperate. They'll take whatever they can get. If a girl is okay, he would just settle with it and he would take it and wife it, or maybe be with her long term, because a lot of dudes out here are struggling. Me, like I said, I'm not really struggling. I am on a mission to get out of where I live right now. So right now I'm just, look, you can come through before I move away, but you go ahead and stay where you at, because I ain't trying to be with you. I'm trying to go, and I ain't trying to do no long distance. But some dude, they may want to do that. They might not think there's nothing wrong with having casual sex with somebody else. Next person said, I'm just gonna go past that. Like they just counted on the other thing. So this person said, if you got dumped after having having sex, consider it a favor. You can't withhold sex and magically turn a piece of shit into a great guy. You just found out sooner that they were using you for that. They either a good match or not. Having sex didn't change them. Yeah, and sometimes, like she said, she just want to have a good time and she actually attracted toward them, so she go for it. But that ain't gonna be the overall thing. I know some women, they will actually use that as a control mechanism. They'll tell dudes, if you go do this, you might get this done to you later on tonight. If you go do that, I might let you go down and do this to me. Look, you can't fool me with that. If you want to play those type of games, I'm going to go mess with another woman that's not going to play those games. Women try to manipulate the situation by using their body, and this typically works on weak men. So any woman watching the video, be mindful who you play those type of games with. Let's go on to the next person. This person said it might have some impact in the scene, in the sense that there is a small fraction of men who are more concerned with the excitement over the hunt. If it's too easy, they will lose interest quicker. That said, some or most of those might lose interest either way once they fuck the girl or had sex a few times. Yeah, I mean, maybe the dude got to try it out to verify that you're willing to do certain things. Like me personally, if I'm dating a girl, or even before I even go on a few dates with her, I ask her maybe in the first date or in a conversation here or there or something. I ain't gonna sit there and say, hey, dude, are you gonna go do this? But if I get a sense of you not being able to fulfill my necessities, I can't get the word out, necessities in the bedroom, I'm not gonna date you. I'm not gonna take you serious. I might come at it 2 or 3 times, something like that. But after that, I'm cool on you. I'm good, because you already told me what you willing and what you ain't gonna do. But if you willing to do whatever, it ain't gotta be no crazy shit. If you willing to do what I'm trying to do in the room, then yeah, it could be something. But don't think you're gonna try to sell me short and I'm gonna accept it, because I'm not no weak dude that don't get laid, so it won't work. The considerable more likely reason for guys apparently losing interest after one-time sex is that they weren't that interested to begin with. you already mentioned the significant difference between at least a lot of men and a lot of women. Yeah, it's been times where I'm like, you know what, I'm kind of desperate. I guess I entertained this person one time, but you know, I can't imagine myself going back. So I could say that this statement is slightly true. Men do not necessarily need to find a particular woman hot to or exciting to fantasize about, you know, smashing on. They generally nowhere near as selective as a sexual level, so they will sleep with a vast, largely percentage of women than vice versa. Women would do with men. If a woman isn't quite into a guy physically, she isn't quite attracted, then it's not impossible that she might still sleep with him, but very unlikely. Yeah, it's like I say, sometimes you gotta slay the ogre, sometimes you gotta slay the dragon and get the rocks off and everything. Men, that's how we are. And women, y'all are wired different, and y'all not just gonna let some big old fat, you know, Humpty dude go and blow your back out. But us as men, you know, we get what we can get, because a lot of women, y'all got control of who is allowed to get that. That's why sometimes when people say that women could be hoes but men can't, this is the reason they say that, because women could get what we're allowed to get, but women are out there giving what they have away just so freely, and that's on them, you know. So that's the reason men have that type of view when it comes to looking at women. As long as he finds a woman, okay, and sex is possible, and he is available, and she even makes it easy, a lot of men will go for that. And even if it's just once or a few times, men love easy sexual access. Of course we do. Why would we want something difficult? And they often do not require a lot of attention or fantasize about sleeping with this, that, and all those women. Women considerably harsher selective criteria. Man, goddamn, there's a lot of stuff. Let's keep moving, man. I don't want to read this whole dang on essay. The answer is a clear no, unless the sex is bad, of course, but that would have ruined it on a later date too. Yeah, exactly. So if the girl, you know, her stuff is trash and everything, most dudes, they would tolerate it, they would settle with it, but they're not gonna be happy. Eventually they're gonna probably move on to something else, or be wishing they had something else. So no, as far as the whole, you know, you letting a dude hit on the first night, ruining everything, it's not gonna ruin everything, but you're really gonna have him thinking about other women if your stuff is garbage. But the nuisance is often, but the nuisance is that often it is a lot easier for a woman to take it slow with a mediocre guy than it is visibly into her than when faced with a magnificent hunk. Hold on, yeah, let me go ahead and check myself out, of a man that makes her flow with want, even if he might be out of her league. Man, practice on your writing. So rumor has it, if you sleep with a man on the first date, then he will lose interest, while if you wait, then he will be into you. That's a rumor. That's a bunch of dog shit. Like I said, you play games with certain dudes that you can get a certain prize. If a girl tomorrow, he gotta take me on 8 dates, and then I finally let him go through it. Okay, I'm not gonna keep fucking with you. It's just easy as that. I'm just gonna talk to somebody else, because I know that people have urges and stuff, and if you don't like me outright from day one, you don't find me sexually attractive, and I'm not trying to have you grow that onto me. Either you want to be with what you see and what you got, or you don't. You're gonna be sexually attractive, or I'm just gonna find somebody that really isn't to me. And that's what a lot of dudes go wrong at, because they think that they gotta build attraction with a woman when it comes to their looks. Women know if they like your ass from day one. If she think you ugly, then you ugly. But what they say, you want to put makeup on a pig and make it look nice. That's how women treat dudes that they don't like from day one. And you don't want to be treated like that. You need to find you somebody that's gonna make it easy from day one. Not saying you got to get, you know, some ass from day one, but if you don't feel that chemistry from day one, you probably not gonna get no ass no time soon. Not on day 2 or date number 2. So stay away from women that's sitting there wasting your time like that, because I would. So I'm probably read like 2 more, man. I gotta go get some dinner. This person said, well, I'm a hopeless romantic who really enjoys sex, so I probably like a girl more. Laughing out loud. I don't really know what they're getting at. That's too long. I'm gonna read this one right here and maybe one last one. So in case people are just now tuning in, the girl is asking a question: is it a bad thing if you let a dude smash on the first night, because she don't let a couple dudes run through her? And you know, I don't think it's a problem if y'all really want, if y'all both feeling it. So this person said, There are red flags if they only want sex and will lose interest once it's over. In my opinion, they either don't talk to you enough or they go overboard and love bomb. Yep. I don't have women do that to myself. Oh, you're the man of my life. You're the perfect man for me. I said, I just met you 6 days ago. What the fuck? What's your agenda? You must have got something, some crabs or something. I don't know, some STDs going on. But either way, I'm not falling for it because you got an agenda. You start love bombing people. I don't trust no man, no woman that's love bombing anybody. When they start doing that, they got something to hide, and I ain't falling for it. If someone doesn't feel right, it normally isn't. If something doesn't feel right, it normally isn't right, and don't let love bombing fool you just because it's flattering. If you like romance, watch yourself extra careful for falling for love bombing. Thankfully, I don't really like people, so when someone is too sweet to me, I'm immediately like, what the fuck is wrong with you and what you do you want? Yeah, I guess, man. This is the last one, man. Last one, I gotta go, man. I'm getting hungry. So they said, funny time, man. I'm a 38-year-old male. Had sex a couple of days ago with a girl I just met at a club. So that's even worse than hooking up after a date, in my opinion. Yeah, I ain't talking to no females I meet in the club. Like, I ain't taking you serious. If I meet you in the club, man, we might as well go ahead and do what we gotta do because I'm not taking you serious ever. Because let's say where you meet them is where you lose them as well. What you had to do to get them, that's how you end up losing them as well when you stop doing that. So shit, club hopper, then nah, you just here to get your back blown out, then keep it moving, get your ass out. We practically fucked the whole night. I still want to see her, and we have a date coming up. It isn't my first club hookup or first date sex, but I don't always want to continue dating now. Yeah, because you meet them in a club. Nobody want to be with the girl that's always in the club, man. She for the streets. It just depends on the person and the chemistry. I guess. You wanting to meet her again and get to know her better has only to do with how great the sex was. Or are you in the mood for dating and getting to know people in general? Nah, yep. Dude just enjoy his night and everything, and sometimes it be like that. The ass is so good you gotta come back for round 2. Alright, so back to the top and everything. My question is this: how do y'all feel about messing around with somebody on the first night? Is that a deal breaker? Would you take them serious? Would you date them in a long haul, or would you just give up? Because me, I'm trying to get the first night, and if it's trash, then I'm not dubbing back. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe. This your boy Labz. And I'm out.